What's up, y'all? YouTube? It's your boy Darrell.
It's your girl Cosmo.
And we are the Badun family.
And tonight, guys, we got a great topic on tonight. We're going to be doing story time. So we're going to be telling a great story, actually a life-changing moment in our marriage that happened. So guys, please stay tuned. Right after the intro, we'll be going jump back into the story, but please like, share, comment. We'll be right back, and subscribe. Don't forget that.
Where we going? Where we going? Going crazy when I have a bit of racket. Where we going to? I done spending on it with the trending topic. Where we going to? Watching out for Mickey Mouse, to be telling on my dog like, where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Yeah, we better take off, go to Pluto. I'm a player with my cards, call it Uno. I be repping for my guy, act like you know. I'm about to kick game like judo. From the east to the west, I'm a rep in the death. Father got me feeling fresh, I don't need no double X. Scooty walk from the block, got that cross on my back. If the devil wanna run up on me, it's bad. About to take off, push the dashboard.
What's up, y'all? We're back with another video. We hope you guys liked that intro, and we hope that you like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. And we're gonna go ahead and get right into story time on tonight. So the story that we wanted to talk about is when we first got married. When we first got married, I was
18.
Yeah, I was 18, and how old?
23.
He was 23, and so before we had got married, we both was like, you know what, we're not gonna really just want to have kids because we didn't want to, you know. And so, but right when we got married, I started seeing I was seeing one of my cousins, they had a baby, and I just was like, I want a baby. And
when so, I said she wanted a baby,
yes, I did, really bad. And so we first got married. I mean, that's all was happening, baby. So we was just trying to get that baby, right? And so actually ended up, it took us like 4 months. It took us like 4 months, and those was
I'm a very patient person. I got patience, but her on the other hand don't have much patience.
I don't.
When I said I never seen so many pregnancy tests in my life, and every time one would read negative, she would have a nervous breakdown.
Yes, and then I had gotten to the point, guys, where I was like, my stomach was sticking out. You know, like my stomach, my stomach was sticking out though.
Having the symptoms and everything.
And I was, and so, but finally, guys, at 4 months, we conceived, right, and we got pregnant, and I think like a week later, I had a miscarriage, and that was heartbreaking.
Miscarriage was an extremely hard time for me because, man, after I found out that we were pregnant, I was so excited. My hopes were high. I done been thinking about if it's gonna be a boy or a girl. I done been thinking about, you know, just having my little baby, my first child, you know, at only 23 years old. And then, you know, my first time experiencing that, and, you know, she coming to me and telling me, hey, you know, we had a miscarriage. I mean, I cried, you know. It was a hard time for me.
Yeah. It was very hard. I was like, you know, I didn't cry, but I was hurt because I'm just like, what in the world? You know, so but time went on, and it's crazy because, like, I've never really talked about this at all. Like, never really just talked about it. And but I often think, and I'm like, man, who was that child? You know, when you have miscarriage, you're like, who was that person? You know, and but yeah, time went on, and I think we got pregnant maybe I can't skip because I got to tell you what God did. Like I said, what God. Yeah, so when we first got pregnant with the child that we miscarried, and when I first was pregnant, and I had just found out. And I was getting prayer, and my father, which is my pastor, he was praying for me. He was like, look, I see something that's not right in your stomach. He said, but after this, you are going to conceive and bring forth a child. And so, and I'm just like, what? You know, so I go home. Not long after that, that's when I had the miscarriage. So it was a bittersweet moment because I was like, that hurt it. But then I said, I know God was still going to, you know what I'm saying? Still going to do it. So right after that, I ended up getting pregnant again. And with our first child, which is China, and that was just a weird experience, you know. Because when I was growing up, I always said I never wanted to get pregnant because I was so afraid of being pregnant. Because I was afraid of something in my stomach, like there's that's crazy. Like, I didn't want something growing in my stomach. I can't do it.
Found out that she was pregnant again. But the thing is, for me, it was so hard to get back excited.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because I was so afraid that the same thing would happen again, that we would lose this baby. So I know the whole first 3 months, I'm like, you know, is everything okay?
Yeah.
You fine? So I didn't have that same hype, that same excitement, and it kind of, you know, just mellowed everything out.
Yeah.
But, and also, man, when I said this woman turned into somebody I did not know, man, after
my
being
first
pregnant,
pregnancy was terrible. Y'all, I gained, I think, 80 pounds. 80 pounds. I gained 80 pounds. But I was only, when I first got married, I weighed 105 pounds. Yeah.
And when I say emotional, Lord,
And very mean.
attacking me for everything. She act like I was her enemy. I mean, I ain't done nothing. I walk in the house, she already mad at me. I'm talking about emotional, eating everything.
Like, I just started, I didn't really too much care for animals, but like every time when I first got pregnant, I just needed some puppies, and it was weird. And then another thing, I was just, like I said, and I turned very ugly. And
no, you were beautiful.
No, I wasn't. You didn't even gotta lie. And you know how most people be like, oh, put the pictures in up there. No, I deleted all those pictures because they're ugly, and you would never see me like that. But yeah, I was just done for. Like, pregnancy for me, it's not like a lot of women can pull a pregnancy off, but I'm just not one of them women. It's like my neck. Let me tell y'all something about my first pregnancy that was gonna blow you away. I don't know if this happens to most women, but my neck turned the color of a tire. You know this
was a good year, huh? But yeah, that put a huge strain on our marriage. You know, only dating for 4 months. We young, 23, 18, freshly married, never lived together. And now we got this pregnant, you know, emotional, just, you know, it was a hard time, afraid. We don't know what we doing. But, you know, we just prayed with God.
And then, you know, another thing that I loved about the pregnancy, though, what kind of hated, but it just was Darrell being Darrell. He's always like this sweet guy. And so I would, my first child, China, she just had so much hair when she came out. And you know, like when you're pregnant, you have heartburn, especially when they're growing hair. And so I would have the worst heartburn every single night. And all I remember throughout this pregnancy is just getting my back beat, because I couldn't breathe. I had so much bad heartburn, and he would just wake up in the middle of the night and just beat my back, because that's the only way that I could actually go back to sleep. And that was crazy. A lot of heartburn. So 9 months finally came around, the most exciting part. And I remember how it happened. I was laying in my I was with my mom's house because he would work late, so I would just stay down there sometimes.
I was at work at the time.
Yeah, he was at work. And so I'm just laying in the bed, and all I know is I'm feeling this pain that I've never felt in my life. And immediately I said, okay, it's time. I knew that I was going to enter labor. And I was, 40 weeks. And doctors told me that I was going to have her on January the 23rd.
And my birthday is January the 25th.
Yeah, and I had her exactly on January the 23rd. So it was that day, and I mean, the pain just came, and I was like, Mom, it's time to go. So we get in the car, we head into to the hospital, and it's raining, it's pouring down, I'm screaming, I'm in so much pain. Get to the hospital. And so what happened was, when they got to the hospital, right, and you know how they have to check you, say if you really finna have a baby. So I go into the room, and they check me and say, no, she hasn't dilated.
And look, she had been doing this, had done that 7 times, been to the hospital already.
Yeah, so they was like, oh, you're not, and I'm like, no, I'm in pain, I'm having contractions, I know what I'm feeling. And so they're like, no, you're not. So then my mom says, look, can y'all just check her one more time before we go? Just please, just check her. And I'm like, I know the pain that I'm feeling. So the lady's like, okay, yeah, we'll check her just one more time. So as the lady going to check me, she says, oh my God, yes, she's ready. So I'm like, if I would have left before she's telling me, I would have literally, that's crazy. That would have been in more pain than I have needed to be. And I'm glad my mom was like, look, just check her one more time. So they check me, they go ahead and they admit me into the hospital, and now it's pushing time. So I ended up taking the epidural. And so yeah, so we're in there, it's like I said, it's baby time. It's time to push. And so my husband, I'm calling him, and he's at work, so he's rushing, trying to get to where I'm at.
It's pouring down, raining. I'm like an hour and a half away. Yeah. I'm scared out of my mind. I don't even trust the doctor. I'm like, doctor, what you doing? What you doing? Yeah. And they like, let him do his job.
So like I said, we finally get to the point. It took me a long time. Because that girl was huge. But anyway, so she came out, she was 8 pounds, 5 ounces. And when I seen her face, I was just like, oh my
man,
God.
When I say I melted, she had my same skin color, looked just like me. I got to hold her for the first time. It was just, she looked me straight in the eyes.
Yeah, she was looking at straight
in the eyes. It was an awesome experience.
Like for the first hour, when I had her, I really couldn't hold her because I was doped up on the medicine and I was shaking like a leaf and I was so tired. So the first hour I was just sleeping. Everybody was just kind of holding her, but I was out of it. Like I couldn't do it. I was shaking so bad. But once I came back and the shakes kind of left, I got up and I just went to immediately just beginning to walk around like I was in no pain at all, and I was just holding her and spending time with her. And I remember this moment here that really just changed my life forever was when my husband went to town to get something and left the hospital. My parents had gone. And it was just me and her. And it was like, this was the first time I was ever alone with my own child. You know, like I've had other people's children, but this was like, this is my baby. And so she was hungry. And it was like, okay, I have to feed her. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I was 18 at the time. So I'm like, I was new to this. So then I had to change her pamper. And it was just like, this was mine. Nobody could take this from me. You know? Like that, twins, like literally. She don't look nothing like me. I don't see me. But, it was just a special moment to experience that moment in life with your first child, and then even in life to see her grow up. Like she's 5 now. She's gonna be 6. So it was like that's been 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Since I became a mom and we became parents, and yeah, she's growing. This girl is super smart. Like count the Spanish for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 13.
She's so smart. But anyway, yeah.